Hello folks, shintigercurl here, that dude in the straw hat, bringing you yet another awesome video. It is currently 1:09 in the morning on a Thursday morning. So you know what that means? It's time for once again for me to read the latest chapter of One Piece, and you can see my reactions live as I read them. Now, of course, like in my other videos, this will be a totally live reaction. I have not read this chapter yet, so what you're seeing is me reading this and see how I react to it. So anyway, we should get started with this whole thing. But a quick, like all the others, a quick recap. Last time, Luffy and his half of the crew made it to the mysterious country of Zoo, where apparently something has gone down in one of the major cities, and they are attacked by a group of humanoid minxes, one of whom is wearing Nami's outfit. What could this mean? So anyway, let's move on to, and let's start reading One Piece, chapter 805, the Mink Tribe. And of course, the front page is, let me just save this right quick, because I always love to use the cover art for my thumbnails. But anyway, it's the messenger seagulls who deliver the newspapers across the entire One Piece world. Yes, they do this. And the caption is the 22nd short-term serialization of cover arts from the world's deck, the 500 million man arc, Volume 1, Travel to the End of the Sea. And in the background, we see our good friend Shirame, Luffy's pet octopus that he tamed during the Fishman Island arc. Anyway, let's get started. Alright, we got Zoro getting ready to bust some heads as he's putting Shinsui, the black sword, into his teeth. He's asking what that weapon of hers is. I thought I felt something strange trying to electrocute me. And one of them is apparently having some kind of weird power, and she's saying intruders in the whale forest. And the one that's dressed like Nami, riding on a gigantic alligator, saying that they say that there's some, and they're talking about Luffy and the others, saying they look bad, and they say this is going to make the Guardians really angry. Frankie is like human or animal, and Usopp of course points out that he wants to know what they're doing with those clothes and what they did with Nami. And Robin, of course, utilizing her trademark dark humor, says there might be cannibals. Usopp's not taking it too well, and he's asking them to please don't eat me. Alright. And one of them jumps really, really high in the air. I mean, that is some vertical leap right there. And even Frankie's impressed. So anyway, the one riding the alligator asks, apparently the one that just jumped, her name is Carrot, apparently, what she sees. And she looks off in the far distance, and it looks like something's going on. And it looks like a giant whale in the background. Hold on, let's take a look at this. Look at this. See, look at this. This is some kind of whale. Like, we might be too late though. A little further from Crowtown, deep in the whale forest, there's a forest that looks like a whale. That's amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. So anyway, we're going down, and apparently she takes off. Let's go, Crocky. And telling Carrot to jump on. And she screams, she tails back, we don't have time to deal with you, so just do as I say. Okay, she said it twice. So we don't have time to deal with you guys, so just do as we say. The right rump forest is ahead. Get there and turn left the moment you see a swamp. That'll take you right to the belly forest. The bodies of your dead comrades are there. And Frankie and Usopp lose their shit because and she's like, wait for this right there, we'll be there ASAP. Alright. And she and Carrot asks the chick if they'll be okay, and she comments that the other lady comments that it's the Straw Hat crew. And Carrot says, I'm sure they're really shocked, and the lead chick's like, there's nothing we could have done anyway. The intruder in the whale forest is probably Straw Hat Luffy. it doesn't make a difference to me, even if he was their captain. No mercy will be shown. So, of course, Luffy went on ahead to cause some shit because he's Luffy. And Usopp's like, they've been killed. And Robin, of course, being Robin, comments that their bodies may be still intact. That means they were made into food. And Usopp's like, that's not the problem here, damn it. And, of course, Zoro, being the voice of reason, tells him to calm down. And he says that curly eyebrows means Sanji was with him, so that he wouldn't have let that happen. And it's like, there's no way that he died so easily. It was probably a trap to lower their morale. And Robin is agreeing with him and asks, Trafalgar-kun, your comrade should be here too. And she asks if he has any means of communicating with him. He's like, nope, I think I'd be able to see them here again in the first place. And he reaches in and pulls out a Vivari card. And it says it belongs to their navigator, Beppo. For those of you who don't know, Beppo is a member of the Heart Pirates, Trafalgar Law's crew. And he is a large polar bear in an orange boiler suit who knows Kung Fu. I am not making that up. So anyway, and Usopp, of course, mentions the talking polar bear in his crew, and he asks him if he was from the Mink tribe too. Oh, apparently Zoo is where Beppo was born, according to the law. But he says he doesn't really have any memories from his time here. He probably left this island at a young age. And he says that Beppo's been with him for 10 years, and he's his comrade, so he trusts him. But they decide to move on ahead. And of course, Zoro says that it's better than listening to animals. Anyway, so we'll go to the whale forest, and we finally see Beppo. Beppo, look at that. Look at that, I love you, Beppo. Actually, my friend Dante Nickens actually made an arcade stick printout with Beppo on it because I asked him to. But yeah, that's Beppo. I prefer to call him. People call him Beepo, I prefer Beppo. So anyway, he's saying that he knows that guy, and Luffy appears to be fighting someone. He's like, he doesn't care if he's the guy he's fighting doesn't care if he's an acquaintance of his. An intruder is an intruder, and he moves. So he headbutts the guy, and there's a talking gorilla, and he's like, why isn't Electro working on him? And another one, Captain John Bart, another member of Law's crew, is like, we gotta stop him ourselves. And the giant gorilla flips John Bart, and the rest of Law's crew says they were no match for him at all. And apparently, someone and the two ladies come in and asking the Guardians to stay down. So they throw some kind of cape at the bull and throw some bananas at the gorilla. And we got a nice little splash page of everyone down here. So, alright, look at that. I don't know if you can see it, but yep, there it is. Of course, these are the chicks. There's John Bart, Luffy, Beppo, and the two pretty much unnamed guys. I can't remember their names if they even said it. And we got names for these guys. The Whale Force Guardian Bull Mink Rhodey, and the Whale Force Guardian Gorilla Mink BB, or Blackback. Always good to have names. And apparently, the woman who took Nami's clothes is a canine mink named Wanda, and she says that he's Straw Hat Luffy, and she says she won't be able to do anything to him, so he's actually going to stop fighting. And Luffy's like, this is really a strange country with strange people. It's like we're in a country full of choppers. And he's like, I didn't do anything. These guys just came out of nowhere and attacked me. And that's because you came into the forest uninvited. And the Guardians, I'll be taking him out of here, so please forgive him. And it looks like she licks him or kisses him. I can't tell which, but either way, Luffy doesn't really appreciate it. And there's another one, a real big-looking bull big ugly motherfucker. And he said, consider yourself your lucky day, boy. You have Wanda to thank for that. Let's go, Rhodey, BB. And someone says, all of you retreat. And apparently Luffy was surrounded by a bunch of guardians. Wow. And he's like, I was surrounded? And Wanda's like, you should be thankful it isn't dark yet. And Beppo's like, do you remember us, Straw Hat? We took care of you during the Summit Wars. And they were shocked to see him. And of course Luffy immediately recognizes Beppo. He's like, you're the talking bear that's with Tra Guy? Because that's what he calls Trafalgar Law. And we're Trafalgar Law's men, the Hawk Pirates. That's what I said. No, it wasn't. And one of the guys wearing the penguin cap says, we read the news, man. Big news after another, so now we're in alliance. And he asks if the captain's with him. And he says, of course. And he keeps calling him Tra Guy because that's how Luffy calls people. He gives people nicknames. Tra Guy or Dofi or Croc or whatever. So they were asking who was Tra Guy, and he's like, it's Law. And like, really? So the captain's here, and they all want to see the captain. So they're in the center of the Elephant's Back, the Crow Town, and Robin's like, would it be wrong to assume that this was an attack then? After all, this town looked like it at least had a few 100,000 live peoples living here, but not a single soul. So they're coming to a deserted town that's just completely abandoned. And Robin finds a pot of soup, and it looks like it's still warm, so there were traces of existence here, so it must have been rather recent. And Zoro catches some kind of execution blocks, and Usopp is freaking out because unknown shit. And Frankie sees that he doesn't think the enemy was human, since there are claw marks all over the place, and and Trafalgar finds a large footprint that belonged to a large animal. It comments that the Mink tribe may have attacked them, and it looks like an elephant's footprint. And Law's like, there's a possibility the claw marks were because they had a falling out between them. All right. So they're deducing, right up until 1 or 2 weeks ago, this was still a country, but now it's gone. But they're still wondering where Sanji and the rest are. And we come back to Luffy's group with the Law Pirates, and he said it's gone, so that's why no one's left. Okay, Wanda talks. It was once called the Principality of Momoko, a country of hundreds of years of history. Everyone and everything was still was okay a half a month ago. I can still remember their happy faces. But the man that tore this country down is Jack. Interesting. So there's an earthquake, and they call it an eruption rain is about to come. And Wanda says, get on, and tells Luffy to get on Croc. That they're going to the right belly, that his friends are there. And he's like, good. And Sanji so that's where Sanji is, but she has this look on her face, like this really dark look. So something has gone on in here. But yeah, that is the end of the chapter. So what have we learned? We have learned that the names of these mysterious ladies are Carrot and Wanda. We meet up with the remains of Trafalgar Law's crew, the Heart Pirates, including my boy Beppo. It seems that up until 2 weeks ago, that country that was on the back of Zoo was a vibrant country, but for some reason something happened, and it could all be held responsible to a man named Jack. So yeah, and now Luffy's being taken to his crew, but are they okay? And why is Wanda wearing Nami's outfit? Are they really dead? Guess we gotta wait another week to find out. So that's my video and my reactions to the latest chapter of One Piece. If you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe below. Got any questions, comments, or just want to talk about this chapter of One Piece? Leave it below. I'll get back to you. Want to support the channel? You can do the usual, like I've been saying, like button, advertisements, and of course the tip jar. But also, as of tonight, I do have a Patreon account. So if you want to support me, and see some more stuff, or just to show your love and support, go to the link below to my Patreon account and just donate a little something something. It's not, you don't have to donate much, but whatever it is can help. So I'll leave the Patreon link in my description so that you can go there and do whatever you want. Leave whatever you want. So anyway, with that said, it's been Shin Tiger Curl, that dude with the straw hat, saying good day or good night. And the country of Zoo, a strange country with some strange people.